Welcome to our special edition this morning. My name is Sheikh Johnson, and I'm speaking from the heartland of London on this News Echo special program. Many of you will have heard that the summer of discontent in the United Kingdom. How about the high energy bills rising every day? Now it's going to be £3 per litre in a matter of days. That means £12 for a gallon of fuel. And so the whole place is in turmoil here as the Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, survived a vote of no confidence. And what is more, the rail section of the country, they're going on strike. Summer of discontent. And we saw that in Nigeria is a summer of massacre from the respectable town of Owo. And now it's also the same thing in America. What a great time we live in. But I have in the studio with me my colleagues who are going to do justice to all of this. I have an Ambassador Nat Iyako from East London. Ambassador Nat, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Dr. Johnson, and good morning, everybody.
We have in Milan, Mark Godwin. Mark, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. We also have in Abuja our own man, Dr. Osita, proprietor of a diplomacy university. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Dr. Johnson. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Well, let's start from the United Kingdom. The Queen had her Jubilee, Platinum Jubilee weekend, and it was glorious. It was beautiful. Everybody clapped for her. She couldn't make all the programs, but she did make 2 out of them, and that was good enough for a woman of 96. She's been through the ups and downs. I managed to get to one of the parties, street parties. But let me leave it to the man in London, Ambassador Nat, in very few words. How did you find the Platinum Jubilee?
Well, the Platinum Jubilee lived up to expectation. We couldn't have expected anything less than what we got. It was fantabulous. It was fantastic as we joined the Queen and the royal family to continue to pray for the Queen herself, that she will continue to be of service to the nation and her family in days to come, and weeks to come, or months to come. Continue to wish her all the best.
Amen. Meghan and Harry, Dr. Sita, Meghan and Harry came all the way from the United States, and that brought delight into many people here. And also it was 1 year of their daughter, Lilibet, named after the Queen. And the only person that we did not see at all throughout was Andrew, the son of Queen Elizabeth, was said to have had COVID. How did you find the whole family, Dr. Sita, from Nigeria?
Brilliant. I enjoy royalty because it's my inheritance. My brother is king, so when it comes to royal privileges, I understand what's going on, all the infighting and all. But this is very unique. Unique in the sense that we are talking about 70 years, Dr. Johnson. 70 years. This is like saying somebody has lived 3 times. Some kings don't survive 15, 20 years. He has lived all over and over again. So we've seen just one face for 70 years as Queen of England. Yeah. It's unique. It's a beautiful story.
In her reign, there were 14 prime ministers and 14 American presidents in her reign.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that. So I called my brother, the king, and I said, I wish you would reign for this long. And he laughed his head up because he's an old man already. He was just laughing. So yes, it was a glorious event, and I am happy. For the first time in a long time, I went back, to my Commonwealth roots. It was really a beautiful program, and it was fantastic.
Now, one question for you, just a quick one.
Okay.
How did Nigeria receive the 70 years Jubilee celebration? I mean, was Nigeria at large involved in it, or just
No. We started on our own, and people who remember. For someone like me who knew 1960, for someone like me who had been born by the time he visited Nigeria, but I am from Midwest, and he had come to my land. It was unique for me because I saw her there, and as a child, as a young lady, and now I was looking at the same
a very
woman
old
many years
lady?
after. Absolutely, but for some other people, the kids don't even know anything about her.
Back in Milan,
And
how did Europe receive the?
Yes, so well. Coincidentally, Italy, on that day, the very first day of the celebration, coincided with Italy's Independence Day too.
Okay.
Yes, there's this biblical cord with Italy and the UK. Most times, yes, the Italians and the English people have something. That's why you notice we don't have those strife and friction like you have with France, because there's
Yes,
something.
I think the evangelists moved from Italy to England, isn't it?
Yes, rather the Italians respect the English people. So anyway, that day was also marked here in Italy like a very special day. And we were, in fact, most of the TV stations was beaming the live event in UK, and we enjoyed it. We were also happy to see the young Prince Harry and his family, and for the first time we saw the little baby Lilibet, and
Lilibet,
also yes, we saw everybody looking good, beautiful. The English people are colorful. So it was a very colorful event. And let's say something here. Let's say this here now. Let me put it here that God is behind the Queen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously. I mean,
She's
God.
she's the head of the church in England, and
Yes.
and
To have lived this long,
she's called the defender of the faith.
Yes. To have lived this long means there is a backing, a spiritual backing also behind her, because she has kept the relics. She has kept some real strong things that connects spiritually. So it
When
was
you
a
look
beautiful.
at when you listen to the lyrics of the national anthem, what does it start with? God save the Queen. So everybody is all the time saying, God save the Queen, God save the Queen. Well, we leave the royal family and move on to the Prime Minister. Ambassador Nat, going, refused to go. Boris Johnson, how did he survive? He had 211 votes for him to stay and 148 for him to go. 41% of his members of parliament of his own party said they no longer have confidence in him. Do you think he will still go, or he will stay out the 2 years and allow Conservative Party to lose woefully?
Well, I think all this while we have all agreed that it is the issue now. It is when, not yeah. So the issue is when, and not even how. But Boris Johnson himself should know, and he has been told that it is time to go.
Now, for those who do not know, he won with 63 votes, and that means that anytime 32 members of his party should side with the opposition, then that bill will not pass. Just 32 members. And with the way things are, it is possible. And so he may become a lame duck prime minister. Dr. Sita, how do you copy Nigeria? Are the Nigerians or the Commonwealth, are they ready for a change at this time, especially with the war in Ukraine?
Yeah, I personally, my question is, why is he stubbornly staying put? I mean, I'm just asking that.
He was
It's
third world politics,
me
third
asking.
world country politics getting onto him.
Yes, because exactly what I was going to say now. He's behaving like someone in Liberia or in Sierra Leone or in Nigeria. This is not, I'm not going to say not right or not wrong. I'm just going to say that it doesn't show what we used to know. It doesn't show what we have learned. I used to remember just a couple of years ago. I sit in my house in Georgia, and my children and I were saying, no, in Nigeria, this kind of thing, these are a joke now in Nigeria. But almost all of a sudden, my kids are calling me and they said, the man in the UK, which village is he from Nigeria? Because they think he's a Nigerian.
In Nigeria.
No, he's stubbornly he's stubbornly behaving like them, like people who went to politics yesterday. Can you imagine someone? I don't get it. So for those of us who talk about it here, some of us are so angry now we don't speak about it anymore because it's not an example to give. But the truth about it is that
it's going to affect the next generation. They will think that is how to behave in politics.
Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir. What is going on in the whole world? We had a Donald Trump. We have a Boris now. We have everything now. And it's so shaky. It's so shaky.
Let me ask Marky Milan, how's it in Europe there? I mean, Macron was returned, and he's been quiet so far. So how are the ministers doing? I mean, are they having this third world mentality as well?
No. It's not so in Europe. We said that last time. Europeans are very strict when it comes to governmental issues, policies, and structure. Well, for Boris, yes, the man has survived another vote of no confidence vote, but there is a problem in the party now. The party is divided. Like you said, a number is on his side. He has lost some numbers too. This leaves him in a very, very sticky spot. But we know that there's something about this whole thing. Boris is not doing too bad with the Ukraine-Russia issue. As at yesterday, more weapons were also being sent to aid the Ukrainians. And this is a small pass for him, a small one. So we are still watching what unfolds, but his moral and character and ethics needs to improve. He needs to show more leadership morals, leadership character, and I think that's where
labor leaders will be so happy what's going on because the electorates here, they are very responsive. Once they see somebody misbehaving, they will wait for election, and you will see it. Their votes will count, and we'll leave Boris until when he resigns. Definitely, Ambassador Nas says not if but when. Definitely, he will go once he discovers that he couldn't pass a bill and things like that. And he was booed at the Jubilee meeting when he was going to the church. He was booed. I've never seen the British Prime Minister booed like that before. Well, we'll just leave him there and move on to the summer of discontent. Ambassador Nat in the United Kingdom, they call it summer of discontent. Not happy with the Prime Minister, not happy with the increase in prices, and now everybody is going on strike. Airlines are not fulfilling, they are just canceling, and everything is not just going on right. It's a summer of discontent. You want to enlighten our viewers more?
Well, the issue is now more of cumulative effect. The political system is in a mess. The economy is in a mess. The life of basic British citizen is becoming unbearable. People can no longer be sure of being able to have a decent meal a day. People are no longer sure that they can continue to use their vehicles, especially because of the price of fuel. I don't know in the history of this country when pump price of PMS is going up to is it 3 or 4 pounds per liter.
Yes, is that
Yeah,
bad? Is that
yeah,
bad?
they haven't had or seen or even dreamt of such a situation. And when people now flood the food banks, it's like
Mm,
people are eating scavengers, people are eating from the dustbin.
mm.
So that's the situation. The country is heading down the drain, and
Wow.
there need for a Marshall Plan, a rescue to bring people back to normalcy. People are
Mm,
depressed, mental health issues are rising because basic needs are not being met.
mm. And everybody is now sad and saddened by what is going on. Dr. Sita, is this just in UK or this is the situation across the globe?
It's global because when
Mm,
I just when I listen the way you stretch some of content, I remember the original the original content for this was from John Steinbeck,
mm,
when he wrote The Winter of our Discontent, and it's borrowed from William Shakespeare. And the
mm.
simple thing there was that King Edward the Fourth was talking about sadness. We are looking
Wow.
at the global sadness everywhere. You see, what we're looking at now is, let me even start from home. We
Mm,
are looking at a season of tortured inferences, bruised innocence. People have been killed for nothing. People have been tortured for nothing. And then when you see that happening in a place where we all looked up to for succor and
mm,
for example, hope is lost. Not
mm.
all, maybe hope is lost. And when hope is lost like this, confusion, takes over. What we are
Tell
praying
us a
for now,
little bit from your vantage position about the massacre in USA. After the Texas one, others have taken place. So it's not just a
absolutely,
one. Mm,
absolutely. So it's so global. And then the problem with what we're saying, there are some that we don't even know about. So many that we don't
yeah,
even know
that's
about.
true. They
Despite the
didn't
social
make up
media,
into
yeah,
the press.
there's so many
Mm,
that we don't, in the Philippines, in in Southeast Asia, everywhere, even in some of the developed world, streets of Brooklyn. They called me, and I
mm.
said to myself, what are we up to now? At what point are we going to say, we will arise and go back to our father, and we say unto him, we have sinned against heaven and before thee, and we no longer want to be called your son. The prodigal son did that. I think the world should be looking towards that. Let's
Yeah,
let's yeah,
I think
let's
we need that
collectively go
too.
back.
Mm.
Yeah, let's collectively go
Um,
back.
Mark, summer of discontent. Tell us what is going on in Europe. Is everybody happy? Everything going hunky dory?
Yesterday in France, strong protests were on the streets of Paris. There is also protests in Swiss. There's protests in Italy, and
Wow.
people are, yes, humanity has come to its wit's end. Um, it's more than discontent. It's summer of frustration and
Of agony. Yeah,
despair. While, like Dr. Sita said, there are also occurrences happening that are not being put out by the uh, conventional newsroom. Um,
Mm,
there's real distress on the streets of most Western world. People are killing each other. Young people are gunning themselves down. Everybody's just so frustrated. And Russia didn't help issues too.
no.
Yes, Putin, on Monday, they found out that Russia was seizing vessels that was bringing grain to Western Europe. and he's using it now as ransom. Those vessels are being used as ransom, vessels of food. And all this is added to the economic woe the most world
I
are
have
facing.
never seen food price increase in England like this before. The
Yes,
highest inflation I ever saw in this country many years ago was 2%, and everybody was crying. For the first time, England has an inflation of 11.1%.
Yeah.
Never has it been like this.
yes, and also it's all over. It's in fact it's everywhere. Every product has added more uh, uh, price tag to the initial price, and yeah, I think we are seeing what is happening in America. There is a massive um, movement of people from three different countries, all
Mm.
marching towards the borderline of America because
Is it because, please, anyone could answer this? Is it because the leaders we have are naive and juvenile and not up to the task across board? Across board, is it that they just don't know what to do? Yes, Dr. Sita.
Yes, you asked the question, the answer is yes. And you said,
Wow.
across board, because like I mentioned it, just about a minute ago. It started with, it became very obvious that it was going to be possible when
Mm,
Trump was elected. And in
mm.
that season, it became very clear too that people like him are looking for offices, and people like him can enter offices. And then when they do that, they don't care about other people. I'll give you an example. I live in Abuja. There's no
Mm.
light in Abuja. There's no petrol in Abuja. To talk with you now, I buy 10 liters of petrol every day at 3,000 naira a day, 3,000 naira a day, 30
Wow.
days a month. That's what I spend, 10 liters of petrol to power my gen to be able to, to speak with you guys. So,
Wow.
we're talking on our own scale here in Nigeria. You're talking about your own scale in the UK. Massive Mark is talking about Italy. That is Europe. And then people who live in America are saying the same thing. So it's across board. And like I said, I am not joking, Bishop Johnson. We all need to collectively rethink because
Yeah.
many more people are coming. Many more people are coming. They're still thinking about destruction. They are coming.
Yeah. We were talking about
Destroying.
rethinking. I mean, it's not just going to be palais. Though palais is
No.
very important.
Committed rethink.
There must be a rethinking and a rejigging. Um,
Absolutely.
I want to go to a sad situation, and I'm going to ask Ambassador now to help me out. There is a town in Nigeria, southwest Nigeria, called Owo. Owo. The meaning of Owo means respect. It means honor. And unfortunately, some people went in there to destroy the honor of that city in the southwest state of Ondo. And they went into St. Francis Catholic Church, bombed the place, shot the people. And at the last count, 87 souls were dead and many injured, and not one person has been found. Ambassador, please, I know you're going to start with condolences and it's acceptable. Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a very sad moment, very unfortunate, and our heartfelt condolences goes out to the good people of Ondo State, the government of Ondo State, St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo. We have seen madness, we have heard of madness, but not to this degree that on a Sunday morning, when they were remembering the day of Pentecost, that Buhari called them demons, where the demons came from, and went into a church and started killing human beings. And because they are not human beings, they could afford to kill human beings in a church. We are yet to come to terms as to Why? What's their motive? Is it these people we are calling bandits, terrorists, Boko Haram? What's their name? Where are they coming from? What's the motive? Where is the next target? And where is Nigeria as a country? Our security outfit. There are more questions than answers, and nobody
Is
seems.
there any reason why these people, we don't know them, so we cannot just say they are from here, they are from there? According to the governor of that state, I think it's a lousy situation he explained to us. He said there are people from Mali trained in Libya. Has he caught one? Where did Akere Dolu get that answer from? I expected somebody who is a senior advocate of Nigeria to be more thinking like that, more than what he has said. So please tell me, what is the motive? Why choose Owo? Is there any significant reason?
Well, Akere Dolu, the governor of Ondo State, got that information from Buhari, the president of Nigeria, because that is the answers we have got from the president, who is the commander in chief of armed forces or security forces or issues. The box stopped on his table, and
But that's a generic explanation. They're from Mali, trained in Libya. It's just a generic. Did you catch one person? How did they come into Owo? From where? They passed through Owo and nobody saw them. And when they were leaving, they left, nobody saw them.
You see, Owo is strategically located between Kogi State, Edo State, which
I think
Ekiti. Our town itself, or as a town itself, is strategically located. You can easily take off from Owo and go to Benin, or go to.
So that's the reason why they invaded the place.
Okay, and then, but we know that the governor of Ondo State, Akere Dolu, has been vocal. He's been shouting about these issues of the Fulanis taking over their forest. They are in their forest, and all efforts to get them out of the forest has failed, even with Amotekun. And we remember the governor being at each other with the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, and so this has been more of an ongoing battle.
And Amotekun took off in Ondo State, with Akere Dolu being the general commander, things like that.
Yeah.
So let's ask the man in Nigeria, Dr. Sita, how did you copy that one when it happened again?
Like I said, Owo, honor. Now they've dishonored Owo, and nobody is looking at it from that perspective. Can you imagine that the bishop of the church is counting the number of his church members, and the governor is disputing it? Can there be anything as unfair as that? Bishop says 38. The governor said, no, 38. They're only 22. How do you? There's a 3-year-old that is in shock in hospital. And what is important to them is to play it down. We are looking at a situation that can happen in another Sunday in another town.
Yes.
So this has happened now. Let's look for a methodology to nip it so that we can follow others that could happen, because this is part of a plan. Let's not play with this. We are looking at something that has been, these people, they are in our forests. They are everywhere. They are everywhere. I come from Delta State. My state is next door to Edo, which is next door to Ondo. I am not sleeping. I'm not jubilating. I'm not happy. But the point we're making is that let's collectively be unhappy about it, and let's do something. So somebody called me, my friend in one of the what's it called, security services. He said most things these governors are doing, they're for media. And as soon as they are done, they go and eat. They go and drink. Because
that is correct. As soon as Akeredolu left the place, he released a tweet. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because they feel protected. They just go back and life is as usual. Nobody's talking about the bomb anymore. And it's so sad because if you're a leader, politicians can be leaders. If you're a politician who is a state governor, this thing should be in your purview permanently. But no, all they're thinking about is next election. All they're thinking about is where they can get money
Dr.
from.
Sita,
And our people are dying.
I'm aware of the time. We'll go on a short break. When we return, you will continue from there, because a day after the Owo incident, they came into one estate in Abuja and raided the estate and took away some abductees. We'll have to continue from there. I mean, we are more interested in our people more than these politicians. So we thank you for watching us and listening. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we want to look at the security of Nigeria.
Hi there, I'm Mary Keurig, and I am a businesswoman in the United States, but I'm also the Global Content Vice President for the Sub-Saharan Open University in Nigeria. I could not be prouder to work with Dr. Osita Anamika and his team on helping to create not just entrepreneurs and skill-based talent that will get out into the workforce and make a living for themselves, but also young leaders. And to that end, with this integrity-rich university environment that's accredited now, and it's just an amazing opportunity for anyone there of any age to jump on board and learn, we want to let you know about a new offering that we have. We have a global governance and diplomacy course now provided by a whole team of people that crosses several countries to put together these resources and lots of great information for those of you who might be on the path toward public service and diplomatic service, NGO leadership, that sort of thing. We hope that you will walk through this open door and enjoy.
When I wrote the book, The Final Solution, the Lord gave me some things in the spirit realm to see going to happen here. And that is why you need to get a copy of this book, not because of the purchase, but because of the contents. We've not spent 2 weeks. Now we have seen the problem in Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus, Donetsk, Luhansk, and all the other surrounding nations, talk less of the Western countries and the Eastern countries. We want to pray that this stops where it is. Some people are even imagining a third world war. I pray that there'll be no third world war. But we need to know the solution to all of these problems, and they are well packaged in that book, The Final Solution. The amount of money is next to nothing. Go to Amazon and buy this book. Go to the Kindle, go to KDP and buy this book. It's very important. So it is in Amazon and Kindle. And of course you can purchase the paperback, but it's not about the money. It's about the contents to have solution to Ukraine, to Russia, to the West, to the East, and indeed all parts of the world. Do get a copy and let's start operating the solution of God to our time.
Welcome back to News Echo, where we discuss issues affecting our lives all over the world, and we give you information, we give you facts, we give you analysis so that you can have an informed opinion and be able to take correct decision. Dr. Sita Niemeka from Abuja was telling us the grims and woes of massacre and the lackadaisical attitude of our politicians. He refused to call them leaders. Dr. Sita, you were saying the day after the Owo incident, there were abductions again in an estate. I'm not sure of the name of the estate in Abuja.
I will tell you, that's where I live, unfortunately.
Wow.
Gwarimpa is the largest estate in Africa. Largest estate in Africa. Where you have such an icon in your country, you do everything possible to protect it because it becomes a tourist attraction. People want to come here. People who come to Nigeria want to see Gwarimpa. How come it is the largest? They want to know everything about it. But that's not the point here. The point is that there is no security anywhere in Nigeria. There's none. So yes, they came into a sub-estate in the estate, because what people now do is that they cordon off themselves for security reasons, to create a mini estate inside the estate itself. So they gain access into that estate, yes, and then carted away, some property and also kidnap some people. After they said that, the same thing we know ourselves for. As soon as the police came into it, police said it's a lie. You know
Wow.
what they now did? They planned a video where property managers who run the estate came and refuted the story, saying that no, there was nothing. I live here. No, there was nothing like kidnapping, because they know that as soon as people start hearing that kidnappers are have gained access into that estate, they will either run away or not even want the property there. So for selfish reasons, again, everybody is selfish. Everybody is self-centered. The property leaders, police, everybody, they are denying it. People are already in kidnappers' custody. So nobody's even talking about those ones who are kidnapped. They're looking to feel good about security. They're looking to feel good about the property that they're managing. It's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Because we're living in a country now where everybody, leader, led, whatever they call them, I don't call politicians leaders because they are not, but we also have responsibility to protect ourselves. What a responsibility to protect ourselves. We need to work hard, work very hard.
Thank you, Doc. Ambassador Nat, for a while you've been studying insecurity in Nigeria. So this one coming after our again, do you think Nigeria is worth calling its name a country that the government cannot take care of the security? There is no longer any boundary. The geographical boundary we used to know in Nigeria, we used to draw as a map in primary school and secondary school. That Nigeria does not exist anymore, Ambassador Nat.
Well, the geographical area called Nigeria, maybe it exists in the minds of people now, but the boundaries have collapsed. The boundaries in the north are no longer there. The same thing, the eastern axis along the Cameroons are not there. The western axis along Benin Republic and Togo are no longer there. People are just flooding into that country, and that's it. And they are coming. They are not coming with peace. They are coming with war. They are coming with trying to take their own piece of action in Nigeria, and some of them will go back to where they come from or remain in Nigeria. So we're in a situation now again where there is no government at the federal, state, or local level. Everybody is on his own, and God is for us all. So that is the situation we find ourselves now.
Can I say something, Dr. Johnson? Just something. This, Your Excellency, this has been the situation for the last 50 years. I worked for USAID. My post, extended all the way to Jibia in Katsina State. Jibia. Jibia is the last town before Maradi, the first town in Niger Republic. It has always been like this. We have undocumented trade. People walk into the markets in Katsina and Kano to buy grains and go back to their home peacefully. as soon as this government started, that very peaceful boundary where we have customs and immigration, chatting with people coming in, they even ride motorcycles in, became the entry point for the Fulanis. That was how they destroyed that peace, and they now started trooping in. They're not coming to and not to go back. So we've always had this before. When Jonathan was there, it was there, but they were not coming to fight us. They were not coming to take over. They were just coming to get what they can get from Nigeria and go home. But now we have and they say they're not going back. You know why? Because some of our leaders, so-called leaders, promised them heaven on earth if they come to destabilize the country.
Wow.
And now they are destabilizing the country.
There is no stability in any part of Nigeria. In the east, southeast is also massacre, unknown gunmen, shooting of innocent citizens. Is there any general theory we can put all of this under? That why can a state, how can a whole country like Nigeria of 200 million people will not be able to guarantee security? The average man is not allowed to carry a gun. And therefore, for any demon, using Mr. President's word, Buhari, any demon with gun will now shoot innocent citizens, even in their mosque and in their churches. Anything, what's under what theory can we put this one?
First of all, let me say that it's a good conversation going around today. And we have some impressive number of people following us, about 121 people that has been on since we started. Very impressive. Yes, coming to what you're saying, Dr. Shagun. Dr. Shagun, the simple talk is we've lost the value of life in Nigeria. Yes, life means nothing. And like we've always all said, the leadership that should be in charge of protecting of life and property are not concerned. So the value of life has come to zero in Nigeria. It's really sad. From the east, from the west, from the south, north, everybody's having a feel of it. Everybody is having a pinch of this very terrible
situation. Do you think what happened in Owo will happen again now with all the cries? Do you think it may happen?
We are not prophet of doom, but it's obvious. Yes, It's obvious, Dr. Shagun.
So nothing will be put in place.
Yes, sir. I mean, you sent a video after the Owo thing, and we see more infiltration of the so-called bandits and terrorists and gunmen. These are dangerous people, and they only come to inflict pain on a community. We grew up knowing that a church is a sacred place. Like in Europe, if they are chasing a criminal, here in Italy, we used to have the Italian mafia story. And when the police chase this mafia and they run into a church, everybody stays back, and you just stand by the side of the church waiting for that person to come out. So that's how the church is. But what we see in Nigeria now is people going to the church I mean, it's more than desecrating that atmosphere. It is.
Okay. Thank you, Marky Milan. I think you've really helped me out. I was looking for a political theory as a political scientist. I was looking for how can a country be so debilitated and devastated. So what kind of? But you really helped me. We're in a country where lives have no value, especially among the leadership or the ruling elites or the political class, like Dr. Sita would like us to call it. Then infiltrations could come and massacre could come. Exactly like that. Well, we want to look at the political future of Nigeria right now. Throughout last night, the ruling party, All Progressive Congress in Nigeria, they were having their presidential primary election, and it was all a fanfare, like nothing happened in Owo, like nothing happened in Gwaripa, but it was like let's just enjoy ourselves, share the booty, and let life continue. But we hardly. Well, I must say that I've been involved in many other things throughout the night, so I couldn't be bothered to watch. But we have our in-house researcher who must have done a good watching of this, and of course, Mark in Milan also doing it for the reason of the television. So, Nat, what have you seen so far? Is Asiwaju Tinubu now their leader, the presidential leader?
Well, they are still counting the votes for each.
For how long? I
Yeah,
don't, is it
for
1
2
million
days.
people?
For 2 days,
Okay.
they are trying to conduct a primaries of APC to get their flag bearer. But again, it's very depressing, and for people's mental health, uh, these are not things we should even be thinking of or discussing about in Nigeria. The ruling party in the year 2022. You cannot
Mm,
conduct a hitch-free, a simple primaries to get a flag bearer. The opposition party, PDP, seems to have maybe done a little bit better. But again, since our values have changed, uh, our value now is how much dollars can you give the delegates? That's it. How smart are you to manipulate the system and
mm,
get the votes in, and then announced by your name, and there's fanfare already. Each aspirant has a team of drummers, of jesters,
mm,
of people who don't know anything, because these people don't even know
mm,
what's going on in Nigeria. They don't know the realities on ground. They are in Abuja. They don't know their estates are being raided, uh, uh, and so many things become an everyday affair now. Almost every part of Abuja is no spared, and that is where the capital of your nation, that where the all the security headquarters are there. The president is there, ministers are there, and they the sirens just keep blowing and driving around the street. So that's it, and having fun on their own. So that's what Nigeria has become. The
mm.
the the is it the again we don't even really know what is going on. This issue of is it democracy? Is it politics? Or what is it?
I think I'm convinced that democracy is not for the low-minded people. Democracy is for some people who are a bit sophisticated in thinking for the commonwealth and common good of a nation. If you leave democracy to low-thinking people, and I'm not talking of formal education, but people who don't care about others, democracy will soon be a curse rather than a blessing. Well, thank you, Ambassador Nat. Dr. Sita, you were there, seat of the Nigerian capital, and all of these were happening in your backyard. What are the things you see personally?
Yeah, that's why it stinks. It stinks more dangerously at me, because right there at my backyard, the
Mm,
stench is destroying my environment. You see, my problem is that there's a state called Kogi in
mm,
Nigeria. It's a confluent state. Almost everybody going up north to pass through Kogi, because there's a
mm,
town there called Lokoja, state capital Lokoja. If you pass through Lokoja anytime, morning, afternoon, night, it's a dirty, useless city. Nothing happens
wow.
there. There's no power, there's no sewage, there's no sanitation. The governor of the state wants to be president.
And we understand he doesn't even pay salaries.
His campaign is that he's going from GYB to PYB, Governor Yahaya Bello to President Yahaya Bello. That's all his campaign is. It is not that this is what I'm going to do, only in Nigeria. So all his slogan, all his people are there screaming from GYB to PYB. What does that mean? But he spent money, 100 million naira, bought the forms because of that. He has not paid salaries now for the 7th month, because he has been accumulating all the money to throw it into this kind of trash. I'm talking about GYB. That's just one of them. What about others? And Ambassador Nat just said it. This where I live is the capital of the biggest country in Africa and the largest black nation in the world. And here in this place, there's no security. There is no food. There's no power. Everybody is suffering. And in the same city, people are spending $25,000 per delegate for thousands of people. It's not fair.
And we understand that when they brought out all the ballot papers to be counted, the ones that went to the table of Tinubu was so large that every other person fainted.
Just like his bullion van. It's the same story. The same bullion. He has collected. Yeah, he has collected a ballot. By bullion.
Without it being announced, we can as well assume that
social media, they analyze it. Tinubu on the lead, but you know what's happening? People are seeking for surprise.
No, that couldn't be. That can't be there.
Because Governor Yahaya Bello dissed the party chairman. He walked past it without saying hello. You know why?
Yeah.
Because the party chairman is threatening them with a consensus candidate.
Yeah.
So after he has named the consensus candidate, he now tells them, it doesn't stop you guys from contesting. No, just go and contest. Go and play the game. Adamu has his own game.
No, there can't be. No. I don't think they can throw such a surprise out.
No. You think they won the election last time? But I power. APC didn't
all right, let me quickly get to Mark in Milan. Mark, you watched it all.
Let's wake up now. Let's stop painting this.
Mark, what are your impressions? You watched it all night long.
Yes, sir. We had to follow, like you said, to get updates for our people in Europe and in this part of the world. Yes, heavy, very, very heavy atmosphere. The crowd. Well, what we noticed at first is every of the aspirants paid real strong money to bring their town criers and their noise makers, But the heaviest of them all was Jagaban, and that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State. His crowd and his the Igbo people call it Otimpu, the noise makers was really heavy. And the event went on. Everybody had to make their presentations. APC has succeeded to bring in a different style to election primary. We even had entertainment. Some old Nigerian musicians were brought on stage to entertain. Shina Peter, some of these old young artists came on stage, and we also had some people that you probably not know that are in APC. We saw them there saying our party. There was so much praise for the party, and eventually the president came to give a speech. So all this lasted all 3 a.m. this morning. Then as at 4, the voting started. And we know it's going to take some time. So we're expecting results by evening today. 5, 6 today, we'll begin to hear the results. Yes, there could be some conspiracies and treacherous moves. Yes, but we don't want to let out the bag because 7 of the aspirants stepped down to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Jagaban. And 1 stepped down for the vice president. So what that means is their delegates should go to these people, to those they have stepped down for.
Well, what's breaking news? The votes I am getting here right now, I hope they are correct. They're from Babajide Otitoju. Bola Ahmed Tinubu polled 623. Ahmed Lawan, 31 votes. Yemi Oshibajo, 85 votes. Rotimi Amechi, 122 votes. Yaya Bello, 17. Dave Umahi 4, Ben Ayade 5, Ahmed Sani 2, 3 votes were void. That's what I have so far. Those who want to congratulate Shiwaju can start doing so from now. I mean, this is more than landslide. Are you guys happy with what I've read so far? It's likely to be something like this anyway. If this
Yes,
is not
it's likely to be something like this. Yes, likely.
So,
Yes.
do you think, let's project now, it's going to be Tinubu versus Atiku? Quickly, I want 1 minute discussion on it because our time is up. Ambassador Nat, it's going to be Tinubu versus Atiku. What do you think will happen?
Well, I see a 3-horse race here. Atiku, Tinubu, and Peter Obi.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Osita.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3-horse race, and Atiku and Tinubu will be in for surprise.
Yes,
Mark.
I'm with Dr. Osita for that. For the first time in Nigerian history, a small party is going to emerge. Peter Obi will emerge in this presidential day, but there are some things that will happen. Some things will happen, but Peter Obi will win in the election. But some things will happen. This is my prediction also from here.
I'm not as comfortable as you guys. Looking at all the northern votes for Tinubu, something informs me that we are in for other surprises.
Okay.
That may yet not. When you see a load of people like this voting for you and saying we are rooting for you, and we know their antecedents, something in me is saying something else may happen. I mean, let me give examples. MK Abiola, he won in the north, but he never became the president of Nigeria. He only became president in the minds of those people who are fighting for June 12. So I'm not particularly comfortable. I look at Shonekon. He was the one who was called to midwife Nigeria onto a new democracy. But Shonekon only stood there for months. I'm not comfortable with what I am seeing. Is this the true reflection of people, or is the true reflection of a script they are acting? We have to be very careful. We have very few seconds more, and I will just allow you 30 seconds each to say your last take for today, starting from Ambassador Nat.
Well, let's watch and pray.
Watch and pray. Dr. Peter, he has gone to be. How about Bakare? Today, Bakare has no vote. Okay, watch and pray. Dr. Osita, yes. What's your last take?
I wish Nigeria recovers from what's going to happen in the next couple of months. I'm just praying.
Mark in Milan, what's your last take?
Buhari will drop the last card. Yes, Buhari has a card. He has a joker with him. Ace.
Especially when you look at his facial expression yesterday. That's how far we can go today. I want to thank you and my colleagues, different parts of the world. I want to thank Dr. Sita Anyemeka, proprietor of a diplomacy university in Sub-Saharan Africa. I want to thank Ambassador Nat Iyakwo in East London, my friend Mark Milan, Mark Godwin in Milan, and the crew in Italy who have been beaming us into different television stations in Europe. Until next Wednesday, when we bring you the best and the latest. My name is Shegun Johnson, and God bless you all.
God bless.